Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. So you probably notice I don't really have my enthusiastic voice and I'm kind of nervous making this. I don't really know why, but this is something, half of the video is something I've wanted to do just because some of it's like really funny and bizarre, but the first half of the video is just going to be me kind of addressing some things that have happened recently. I don't have to do this, but I'm the type of person, if something's bothering me, I'm going to talk about it because as someone who suffers from severe anxiety and depression, I have to talk about it. I can't let it get to me. I can't let it bother me. My parents raised me to not let anything bother me and, just pray for people that feel the need to be negative and insulting and rude and vicious. But anyway, I don't really know how to talk about this. Like I said, I'm kind of nervous. I've tried to film this a couple times and I'm just like, what do I even say? So basically the gist of this is anytime you put yourself out on the internet, it's just going to be, you're going to attract 95% of good comments. And there's that 5% of bad comments. I wish it could be 3 or 1%. But unfortunately, the growing need to be negative is just, it keeps growing and it's absolutely ridiculous. So, basically, I don't have to be transparent and real with you guys. I don't have to disclose about my anxiety, depression, or my visual impairment, but I do because I feel the need to, as I start off a lot of my reviews specifically, I disclose my visual impairment. And I do that because if something is wrong and I don't notice it right away, or I call something completely different, then, common sense would kick in, you would think, to a lot of people. And they'd be like, oh, okay, she sees it just a little bit differently. And that's why I say in a lot of my videos, I am showing you how I see these dolls through my eyes, okay? It's just a unique twist and perspective that I am blessed to, put on collecting dolls as an adult. I don't look at my visual impairment as something negative. I just use it as something to inspire and uplift people and just show that no matter what you're going through, you can literally conquer the world and do whatever the heck you want, just as long as you set your mind to it. So I don't know why people feel the need to insult me and my dolls. I typically, the stuff, I don't even care. I laugh at it most of the time, but the bigger I've gotten, I'm not saying I'm huge, I'm not bragging or anything, but the more subscribers I have received and the more views I get, the more negativity that comes. But that comes with putting myself out there. So, okay, oh gosh, I know that this is expected, but it's the fact that I've received quite a few negative comments in a very short amount of time recently, and half of them are just what the actual heck is going through your mind when you're typing this? So I think that's all I want to really address on this front, but now let's get to the sarcastic, humorous Kyla part of the video that I know you guys all love. I do want to thank all of you. All over 2,000 of you lovely, incredible human beings that have been super, super positive and nice and have accepted me even, for my differences and stuff. Because like I said, there are some people who are completely turned off by the fact that someone cannot see correctly. And that is just terrible. But I went back and I found some hate comments, not a lot, but I found quite a few. Some of them are my favorites and we're just going to talk through them together. And because I'm a decent human being, I crossed out their names and profile pictures because I don't want these people to get any hate, okay? Now, I could just be really rude and vicious, and usually I don't even comment back to these people. Some of them I'm just kind of okay, let me set you straight because you're clearly missing the point, but usually I don't. But I've wanted to do this for a little bit. I think a lot of these are going to be funny. You guys are probably going to laugh at a lot of these because I do sometimes, and they're not in any particular order. They came from a wide variety of videos. So without further ado, really quickly, the reason why Shake It Off is on the screen is because haters gonna hate. Taylor Swift said it best. And what better way to do this than, shaking it off by showing that you're okay and it's not going to bother you, and I'm not going to stop doing what I'm doing just because it offends you or you don't like the way my dolls look or whatever, so let's do it. You should send Kirsten to the doll hospital. So I believe this one was on one of my American Girl collection videos, and this is talking about my childhood Kirsten. because you guys know she was my second doll and she was my favorite. So like, obviously she is way worse for wear, but I'm sure a lot of you can relate to not wanting to part with that specific doll from your childhood collection. I will not send my Kirsten or my Elizabeth specifically to the doll hospital. And like, for real, if the way my doll looks, there's a lot of these. If the way my doll looks bothers you, I'm sorry, maybe you should send your Kirsten to the doll hospital. This one I got from Instagram, and it's the only one I actually got from Instagram. So I know that a lot of people like to name their dolls based on like how they look and their heritage and things like that. And some of my dolls do have that, okay? But sometimes I just name a doll because I like the name. And I don't really name a lot of my dolls based on where they're from or anything, since a lot of them don't have personality. Like, I mean, they do, but since I don't make like stop motions or I don't play with them and stuff, I don't really think about whole detailed backstories. So I just name them because I like the name. And just if you don't like the specific name, then go ahead and don't use it for your own doll. Okay, here it is. So this is the comment about Lolita, and I've received a couple of these, and for the longest time, I could not figure out why the heck everybody hated this doll's name so freaking much. First of all, she's named after an actress that I happen to like, so that's where her name came from. And I guess there is some history behind that particular name. It has something to do with a book. I'm not going to go too into detail. I understand that. But as someone who literally just likes the name in general because I like the person who has that name, doesn't mean I have any association with said book. So I could have lived my whole life without knowing that book existed. But thank you to the other person who I believe commented on this or left another freaking lengthy comment explaining in detail what this book was about on my family-friendly channel. So that was a fun time. I wasn't going to include this one, but if you don't know, Lynn Life and I happen to be very good doll collecting friends. We converse. We've actually, just all the time, we text back and forth about a ton of stuff. So we have a ton of similarities, personality-wise, collection-wise, opinion-wise, doll-wise. We have a ton of the same dolls. We have each actually got dolls because the other one has them. So we have twins that are in each other's collections, okay? So a lot of our videos are similar, if not kind of the same thing. We've collabed before. We do a lot of the same content. Right now, actually, she has a video going up the day I'm filming this where she's comparing Claudie to dolls in her collection. I am also doing a video comparing Claudie to dolls in my collection. I just happened to come up with the idea on my own because I know a lot of people were, saying she looks like this and this and this. And I happen to have dolls in my collection that Koa doesn't, that I'm comparing to Claudie. She was actually the one who reminded me I have a certain doll that I need to compare to her. So, we do a lot of the same things. And it doesn't bother either one of us that our videos are extremely similar, if not the same thing. First of all, anything is one word, not two. Sorry, can't help myself. I am a writer, so that is, I'm always looking for grammatical things to correct. This was talking about dolls I said I would never buy. This was probably 2 years ago, and I specifically was talking about 58 because you guys know I don't have a ton of dolls. Well, I didn't at the time. I didn't have a ton of dolls with short hair or the curly textured hair, which now I have a ton of dolls with the curly textured hair. My problem at the time was I was just saying I wasn't quite sure how I would be able to manage 58's hair because I didn't have dolls like Cecile, Claudie, 85, 26. I didn't have any of those girls at the time. But now I'm not an expert, but I'm fairly well versed in handling doll curls. I know what I'm doing. So this person just took what I said completely out of context. Yes. So I know I wasn't going to say who these people are, but this commenter, I actually haven't heard from them in a while, which good. But this is when I got Yasmin. You guys know Yasmin is my most extra looking doll. My mom calls her, she says she's very bougie because she has the most eccentric face makeup out of anybody in my collection. So this person is just basically saying, if you want a custom doll, go to the create your own website, blah, blah. No. If I want a custom doll, I am way more comfortable paying the same price, if not cheaper or a little bit more, for a doll that sometimes has retired face mold or retired wig and a complete face up, okay? I am way more comfortable with paying. Now it's $220 something for a create your own. I do like a couple of the new outfits, but I still don't have a create your own yet because I can't really think of a combination that I like, and they took away the hair color I wanted to use. So Like, I know not everybody's a fan of customs, but, you know, this community has been really respectful to those of us who do really like customs. I've never really had any issues except for this one commenter in particular. So this one, I'm kind of like, I know what it means, but it took me a second to be like, huh? So basically, my recent Rainbow High collection video received a couple negative comments, which is stupid as per usual. But my my cheer display, since I have to constantly keep putting them back up because my kitten loves to play with that shelf specifically sometimes, if I'm in a hurry, I just go and I put them back up. I know the order of the rainbow. Thank you very much. The entire rest of my display is rainbow display. But when you have quite a busy lifestyle like I have had this summer, I really don't care if Sunny and Jade should be reversed, and neither should you, because it's not your collection and you don't have to look at them every day like I do. This one was on my recent Rainbow High Mara Pinkett review, and actually I have Mara here with me. She has become my new comfort doll. So if you don't know, my best friend picked out this Mara, okay? So this doll was basically a gift. I always say, as I said at the beginning of this video, if there's something wrong with them or I don't notice a flaw, don't point it out. It's not your doll. It doesn't bother me. If I can't see it, it doesn't bother me, okay? Half of my Series 4 have messed up lips, and I picked them out on my own, and I didn't notice it at first. And yeah, I feel kind of bad, but it's fine. I shouldn't. I won't notice it unless I zoom in. So I don't really, their eyes, like I literally cannot tell if they're a little bit off or not. It doesn't bother me. The irony of this one, though, is literally they're commenting about the eyes being crooked. And if you don't know, my eyes move all the time, so they never are standing still. You ruined their hair. Well, I'm going to give this person props because they used the correct form of there, but I'm pretty sure they meant ruined. This was on my Shadow High, either my Shadow High restyle or my overall opinion ranking of the Shadow High dolls in general. If you guys don't know, I wash all of my Rainbow and Shadow High dolls' hair. For the most part, like Malene has never been washed, Carmen has never been washed, but for the most part, I do. They're my dolls. It shouldn't matter how their hair looks to some random on the internet. This was about Avery, and I think it was in my pink Rainbow High color analysis video, and the person is, again, the crooked eye thing. I never noticed that. I have had this doll for years, okay? And I've never noticed that. It has never bothered me ever. So no, that's not the reason I don't like Avery. I just don't particularly care for Avery. But then they have to go in and say, when you fix her eye, there will be no me fixing her eye. I can eye swap American Girls, no problem. But I cannot do stuff with small details like the Rainbow High. Yeah, the Rainbow and Shadow High eyes. I'm not popping those out. I won't do it. I would make them more crooked than what they actually were if I tried to fix it. So no thanks. I like my Avery just the way she is. Your lyric eyebrow is missing. So I think you meant lyrics with an S, meaning my Lyric Lucas doll is missing half an eyebrow, which I have had this doll for, I got her a little bit after she came out. So basically over a year. I don't know. Are they a year old? I don't know. But I never noticed that. And now that I know that she doesn't have an eyebrow, well, she does, but apparently half of it's gone. I never even noticed that. If that gives you guys any indication of what I can and cannot see on these super small detailed dolls, my Robin Sterling has eyeshadow that's kind of messed up, and I never noticed that until someone pointed it out, but I couldn't find that comment. So yeah, I still don't love Lyric any less because of that. Why you mix the outfit is not look the same. This one was on my Shadow High restyle because part of the fun of doll collecting is dressing them and changing up their clothes and outfits and looks and mixing and matching. Wow, what horrible looking dolls. As you can see, this was one of my older videos showcasing the few customs that I had at the time. So you really don't need to hate the customs. If you don't like them, don't collect them, and let the rest of the community who likes to collect them go for it. We're ending it with the stereotypical "that doll is creepy" comment. So this one actually, okay, I don't know. I thought this one was kind of stupid, and it really is, honestly. But this was on one of my record collection videos, and behind me I had my Ariana Grande custom. And, I put her there because, dolls and records, and she was the music themed doll. And I happen to have a ton of Ariana records. But, and then, by the way, they proceed to say that Olivia Rodrigo rocks, which, okay, I mean, sure. But this is the thing you would expect to get on doll channels. And I think this is actually my first comment I've received that talks about how creepy the dolls are. I don't actually receive a ton of those, which, I mean, is good. But I mean, some people all the time, like, doesn't it creep you out with all those eyes staring at you in that room? No, because I can't see them, so it doesn't bother me. So a couple I couldn't find, but I remember them specifically. That shows how much these stuck with me. Someone said, basically, Ainsley, my 15, they were like, when are you going to wash her hair or flat iron her hair and, fix it? Fix it. She has textured hair, and that's what makes her beautiful and unique, just like Addie and Cecile and 67 and 85, and their hair is just beautiful. That's just how their hair is. That is so incredibly rude. Also, another one was, this is on doll hair again. Somebody else said, since you can't see, you should really send your dolls to the doll hospital to have their hair restored and fix all the flyaways. Because when I do take doll photography, pictures, it's really difficult for me sometimes to get a perfect shot where they don't have, flyaways, because I can't see that until I zoom in and go to edit things. That doesn't bother me. A lot of you have been super kind about it, and it doesn't bother you either. Just like if my dolls happen to have a shine mark on their nose, if I can't see it, it's not going to bother me. Okay, I do know how to remove those as well. A really good customizing friend of mine taught me that because I wasn't quite sure, but I don't need to send my dolls to the doll hospital because I can do doll hair. I do my own hair and makeup. And I come from a long line of cosmetologists. So if I really want a specific fancy hairstyle, I could ask my mom or my sister or my aunts or my grandma because they're all licensed cosmetologists. So I don't need to pay some random stranger to do my doll's hair. That would make no sense. But I personally like having their hair, down specifically where you can do it. And then if you leave a certain style in, you guys know how this goes. Their hair will get crimped and stuff. And then it's like, oh shoot, I shouldn't have left this in for super long. So yeah, anyway, those are just a couple I wanted to share because they really stuck with me. And I was like, please don't assume things or say stuff like that. It's just really rude. But anyway, this was, I feel better. I feel a lot better because I kind of talked through things and I just went back and I read all the other comments and I'm just like, why are people this way? Literally, I will pray for all you negative commenters out there. I really will. The initial reason I wanted to do this was because I received a comment and it just really, really upset me. I didn't put that one in this video specifically, but now I'm kind of in a weird funk where I don't know if I should okay, I'm not quitting. I'm obviously going to still make videos, but I need to push through this weirdness of it's fine. Nobody cares that you can't see properly. These people obviously love you and they tell you that you're funny and you're so genuine and kind and they can really see the joy you get out of this. And I'm trying to convince myself, I don't let this negativity bring me down. And it's not going to. I'm just going to, talk through it like I did with this. And sometimes you just really need some serious satire and humor like this. And the sassiness. I'm a super sassy person. You guys know that. So with all of that being said, I'm still trying to decide if I want to make a video about the Royal Three because people have found Tessa, Minnie, and Tiara. I now know all their names. I remembered those. People have found them in stores. Actually, the one was found close to me. So, oh God, I should probably, I'm going to have to start saving again. But anyway, I might do an opinion video on the Royal Three. I'm not really sure right now, though, because I'm kind of, I don't know, I feel kind of weird. But it's okay. It's all good. You guys, I'm going to be fine. Everything's going to be okay. But I just wanted to I wanted to do this because I think this whole concept is so fun. Not fun, but, it's just kind of a way to, they think that they're getting at you and they know everything by commenting this. And for me personally, they're really not. I'm just in a little bit of a funk, but I will get out of it. So don't worry about me. I'm going to sit with my dolls and my pets and, just chill out and put on a record and relax for the day. I don't know. Anyway, thank you all so much for all your love, kindness, and support. If you would like to hit that subscribe button to join the fam, I promise you we are not, well, we're pretty chaotic, but we're not like chaotic on this weird, strange level. This is a new type of video for me. If you have not already, give this video a big thumbs up, leave a positive and polite comment down below. And don't forget to tap that really cool notification bell so you know the next time I post a new video. Have a blessed day, and I will speak to you all very soon. Bye, guys.